Hello students, greetings of the day. Today let us see the second prose, I can't climb trees anymore. The author of this lesson is Ruskin Bond. Okay. First let us see about the author introduction. Okay. Ruskin Bond was born on 19th May 1934. He is an award-winning Indian author of British descent. Descent means origin or movement. Okay. He is much renowned for his role in promoting children's literature in India. Renowned means famous. He is much famous for his role in promoting children's literature in India. The Indian Council for Child Education has recognized his role in the growth of children's literature in India. He got the Sahitya Academy Award in 1992 for Our Trees Still Grow in Degra. He was awarded the Padma Shri in 1999 and Padma Bhushan in 2014. As a prolific writer, prolific means creative. Okay, as a creative writer, he has written over 500 short stories, essays, and novels. His popular novel, The Blue Umbrella, was made into a Hindi film and was awarded the National Film Award for the Best Children Film in 2007. Okay. Have you understood about the author? Yes. Now let us move on to the lesson. I can't climb trees anymore. Okay. Here in the title, I refers to the author. Okay. The title I refers to the author. He cannot climb trees anymore because he was now almost 50 years old. He visited his ancestral house after 25 years. Ancestral means his grandparents' house. Okay. The author used to live there in the house some 25 years ago. He had spent his boyhood days and youthful days. He wanted to see it again just to recollect his good old memories. Okay. Now let us start with the warm-up. Okay. All of you understood about the title. I can't climb trees anymore. I refers to the author. Okay. See the warm-up. Have you ever tried swinging from a tree? Swinging means all of you know that. Move with the help of rope. Okay. Have you ever climbed up a tree to pluck fruits? Think of other occasions when you have climbed up trees, either near your homes or outside. Share your reasons with the class. Okay. See the lesson. Read the story given below. Find out why the visitor feels that he can't climb trees anymore. Here the visitor is also the author. Okay. Yes. Now let us move on to the lesson. He stood up on the grass verge by the side of the road and looked over the garden wall at the old house. It had not changed much. The old house, built with solid blocks of granite, was not altered at all. But there was a new outhouse and there was fewer trees. He was glad to see that the jackfruit tree still stood at the side of the building, casting its shade on the wall. Okay. Now see the explanation for the first para. The visitor visited his old house just to see it again. Okay. He was standing at the side of the road near the gate and looked over the garden wall at the old house. It had not changed much. The house was built with solid blocks of granite, was not altered. There was a new outhouse and there was fewer trees. Okay. But the jackfruit tree was standing at the same place, casting its shade on the wall. Okay. Yes, all of you understood. Now let us move on to the next para. He remembered his grandmother saying, a blessing rests on the house where the shadow of a tree falls. And so the present owners must also be receiving the tree's blessings. At the spot where he stood there had once been a turnstile. Turnstile means a mechanical gate that allowing only one person at a time to pass through. Okay. And as a boy he would swing on it, going round and round until he was quite dizzy. Now the turnstile was gone, the opening walled up, the hollyhocks grew on the other side of the wall. Okay, hollyhocks means an Eurasian plant with showy flowers. Okay, yes. Now let us see the meaning. The visitor remembered his grandmother saying that a house on which the shadow of the tree falls is blessed, and so the present owners must also receiving the tree's blessings. Okay, the turnstile means I told that it is a mechanical gate allowing only one person to at a time to pass through. Okay, the visitor would go on a swing where he was a small boy was removed now. Okay, tall hollyhocks. Hollyhocks means a Eurasian plant with showy flowers grew on the other side of the wall. Okay, yes. Now let us move on the next para. What are you looking at? It was a disembodied voice at first. Moments later, a girl stood framed between dark red hollyhocks, stared at the man. She was only 12 or 13, with lively eyes and long black hair. I am looking at the house. It is yours? Asked. No, it's my father's. Why do you want to buy it? And what does your father do? He is only a colonel. Colonel means an army officer. Only a colonel? Well, he should have been a brigadier by now. The man burst out laughing. It's not funny, she said. Even mommy said he should be a brigadier. Okay, brigadier means also a British army officer. Okay, a higher official. It was on the tip of his tongue to make a witty remark, perhaps that why he is still a colonel, but he did not want to give offence. They stood on either side of the wall, appraising each other. Do you want to buy it? No, he said. Well, she said, if you don't want to buy the house, what are you looking at? See, up to here, I'm telling the explanation. A little girl of 12 to 13 years old came out from the house. She asked the visitor who he was. Did he want to buy it? Did he want to buy it, and for what he was looking at? He used to live there 25 years ago. Okay, yes. So the next para. I used to live here 25 years ago as a boy, as a young man, and then my father died and we sold the house and went away. Okay, here given the two questions. Listen, what was the old house built with? Okay, what was the old house built with? The old house was built with solid blocks of granite. Okay, the old house was built with solid blocks of granite. Okay, see the second question. Does the visitor still live in the house? No, the visitor lived in the house before 25 years. Okay, no, the visitor lived in the house before 25 years. Okay, all of you understood the answer? Yes. See, she was silent for a while, taking in this information. Then she said, and you had like to buy it back now, but you don't have the money? He did not look very prosperous. No, I was not thinking of buying it back, wanted to see it again, that's all. How long have you lived in it? Only 3 years, she smiled. Would you like to come in and look more closely? Would your parents mind? They have gone to the club. They won't mind. I am allowed to bring my friends home. Even elderly friends like me? How old are you? Yes, see the meaning. The author used to live there 25 years ago. After his grandmother died, they sold the house and went away. After hearing this, the girl was silent for a while and asked him innocently that he did not have the money to buy this house. The visitor said that he wanted to see it again and for not to buy the house. Okay, all of you understood? See the next para. Oh, just middle-aged but feeling young today. And to prove it, he decided he had climbed over the wall instead of going around to the gate. He got up on the wall all right, but had to rest there. Breathing heavily, middle-aged man on the flying trapeze, he muttered to himself. I will help you, she said and gave him her hand. He slithered down into a flower bed, shattering the stem of a hollyhock. See the meaning? The visitor asked about her parents. He felt young that day. On seeing the wood house, he decided he had climbed over the wall instead of going around to the gate. She helped him in getting down from the wall, but he slipped onto a flower bed, shattering the stem of a hollyhock. Okay. See the next para. As they walked the grass, he spotted a stone bench under a mango tree. It was the bench on which his grandmother used to rest when she was tired of pruning rose bushes and bougainvillea. Let's just sit here, he said. I don't want to go inside. She sat beside him on the bench. They were silent for some time. The man closed his eyes and remembered other times the music of piano, the chiming of a grandfather clock, the constant twitter of budgerigars on the veranda, his grandfather cranking up the old car. I used to climb the jackfruit tree, he said, opening his eyes. Okay, see the meaning. There was a stone bench laid under a mango tree for his grandmother to take rest during her gardening work. Okay, the bench was still there unremoved. The garden had many trees and plants like roses and bougainvilleas. Bougainvilleas means an ornamental climbing plant. Okay, he sat on it for a while and closed his eyes. He recollected memories about the music of the piano, the chiming of a grandfather clock, twitter of birds in the veranda. Okay, all of you understood? Yes. Next, move on to the next para. Do you want to climb it again? My parents won't mind. No, not after climbing the garden wall. Let's just sit here for a few minutes and talk. I mentioned the jackfruit tree because it was my favorite place. Do you see that thick branch stretching out over the roof? Halfway along it, there is a small hollow in which I used to keep some of my treasures. What kind of treasures? Okay, see the meaning. The visitor shared his experience with the girl and he said that the habit of climbing tree on the jackfruit tree, he climbed on the jackfruit tree because it was his favorite place, and in that tree a small hollow in which he used to keep some of his treasures. Treasures means valuable things. Okay. See the next para. Oh, nothing very valuable. Marbles I had owned, a book I was not supposed to read, a few old coins I had collected. Things came and went. I was a bit of a crow, collecting bright things and putting them away. There was my grandfather's iron cross. Well, not my grandfather's exactly, because he was British and the Iron Cross was a German decoration awarded for bravery during the First World War. When my grandfather fought in France, he got it from a German soldier. See the meaning. The visitor told the girl that he had the habit of collecting bright things and treasures them in the hollow of the jackfruit tree's branch. He also told that he had kept there his grandfather's iron cross, which he won from a German soldier as an award for his bravery during the First World War. Okay, all of you understood? Yes. Next, do you still have it? No, he said, looking her in the eyes. I left it in the jackfruit tree. You left it in the tree? Yes, I was so excited at the time, packing and saying goodbye to people and thinking about the ship I was going to sail on that I simply forgot all about it. She quietly said, it may still be there in the hollow part of the branch. Yes, he said, it's 25 years, but it may still be there, unless someone else found it. Would you like to go and look? I can't climb trees anymore. If you can't, I will go and see. You just sit here and wait for me. I have found it, she cried. I have found something. And now, barefoot, she ran breathlessly towards him. In her outstretched hand, a rusty old medal. He took it from her and turned it over his palm. Is it the iron cross? She asked eagerly. Yes, he said, this is it. Now I know why you came. You wanted to see if it was still in the tree. You may be right. I am not really sure why I came, but you can keep the cross. You find it after all. No, you keep it. It's yours, but it could have remained in the tree for another 25 years if you had not climbed up to look for it. Okay, see the question given. What did the visitor hide in the jackfruit tree? Okay, what did the visitor hide in the jackfruit tree? The visitor hid his grandfather's iron cross in the jackfruit tree. Okay, the visitor hid his grandfather's iron cross in the jackfruit tree. See the next question. When did the visitor actually hide the iron cross? The visitor hid the iron cross 25 years ago. The visitor actually hid the iron cross 25 years ago. Okay. But if you had not come back again on the right day, at the right time and with the right person, he said, getting up and placing the medal in her hands. It was not the cross I came for, it was my youth. Okay, see the meaning here. The visitor left the iron cross in the jackfruit tree. When he left out the house, the girl asked that it may still be there in the hollow part of the branch. The visitor said that still it was there and he could not climb trees anymore. The girl went in search of his iron cross that he had hid 25 years back and found it in a rusty form. Rusty means a dirty form. She gave that to the visitor, but he asked her to keep the iron cross with herself as he came there not for the iron cross but for his youth. Okay, have you understood? See the next para. She didn't understand that, but she walked with him to the gate and waited. Where the road turned, he looked back and waved to her. Then he quickened his steps and moved briskly towards the bus stop. There was sprightliness in his step and something cried aloud in his heart. The mango-scented summer breeze made the blood course in his veins, and he forgot for a moment that he could not climb trees anymore. Okay, see the meaning. After spending a few minutes in and around the garden, the visitor left the house so happily with the satisfaction that he could relive his boyhood and youthful days for some time. The girl did not understand that. She walked with him to the gate and waited. The visitor quickened his steps and moved briskly towards the bus stop. He was now so brisk and something cried aloud in his heart. Okay? All of you understood? See the today's assignment, read the glossary and write a test. Okay? Students, there is an important circular for you. By next week, you are having the unit test. Okay? We have completed the first unit. That means prose 1, poem 1 and supplementary 1. The poem 1, Stopping by Woods on a Summer Evening, is a memory poem for you. Okay? Don't forget it. From that unit, you are going to write a test. The question paper will be in the form of objective type. Okay, that is appreciation questions, glossary.